said slow down, they said fall back, but the doubts hit the tank and it's all high octane gas. Let's go, yeah, we run it up clean. Funny thing about the hate is it fuels the machine. Let's go, all bark, no bite, no teeth, while they're stuck in the comments, we're 10 steps past believe. Eyes locked, no breaks, no pause. Every shot they take just reminds us who we are. We don't beg, we don't fold. If they're watching this mad, yeah, the plan's still gold. So talk it out, type it slow. Every hater in the crowd just helps the engine go. No fade out, no laying low. Fueled by the hate, still winning though, yeah. Yeah. Roll it back, run it up, save energy, let's go. Let's go.
I cannot hear you, and I don't know if YouTube
So,
can or not.
so
but we
yeah,
can't hear
it
nothing.
helps when your mic is actually working. So I had to change a setting, and things get, because I was in here when I was also in Discord. Apparently,
You have no
it
audio.
oh great, just because probably I was in Discord too, so it all of a sudden likes to screw up. Let's just fucking do this. I just can't win for losing today. How's that? That better? Can anybody hear me now? I was muted on the Discord
I
stream
can't hear
too.
no.
I was not muted on the Discord stream because the person who I was talking to heard me just fine. So, I was not muted on the Discord stream because the person that I was talking to and was helping me could hear me just fine. So that was a you problem, not a me problem. But we are going to get straight into this. I don't have any time to waste. We have the end of day 1 and the start of day 2. I was looking through some of the comments and the top chat replay on the stream. Not our stream, but the actual East Idaho News stream. And the amount of people who have no idea how the court system actually works never ceases to amaze me. No, not a boomer moment. I had Restream and Discord open at the same time, and I was in a Discord chat, and it defaulted to the Discord chat, and it muted my mic, and I did not realize it being 2 places at once. So it was not a boomer moment. It was a technology can't do 2 things at once, and I did not realize it. So, yeah. Anyway, we are going to get straight into this because we are not wasting any freaking time today because your girl has 800 freaking things to do. I will have delivery people here between 12 and 4. So this is why we have to get this morning session done as fast as possible. We are 5.5 hours in. We are going to try to get done as fast as possible. So that is also why me being a couple minutes late is really annoying to me, but I'm a day late and $1 short because I was up from about 3 to 5:30 this morning. So, insomnia kicked my ass. And Flash Fan went away. Where'd Flash Fan go? There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was even having trouble. I couldn't hear nothing.
Hey, guess what? The thanks Spawn for helping me with Rumble because Rumble is apparently working. I was doing too much. I was setting Rumble up like I was supposed to set up Rumble when I was using StreamYard, and I don't have to do that. It's way easier than I was making it out to be because I'm using Restream, and I was just making it harder on myself than I needed to.
Next mission is to try and fix Discord voice chat. Apparently, people are suppressed in it.
I have not finished my freaking caffeine yet. I still have about this much. So this is squid with no caffeine. It's not good. The life is not in me this morning. So if I have to be like this with no caffeine with caffeine Nestor, God help us.
We about to see fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and Hong Kong Hero, thank you for being a hero this morning and gifting 20 memberships. Oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness. I don't even know how to y'all. However, if we make it through all of this, I do have I did get all of my designs back from the designer I've been working with for ETM, the final stuff, and we are going to start vectoring the Squid Pro Quo logo today or tomorrow, depending on how the schedule works out. So I will show you guys those at the end if we can make it through. Y'all, it's gonna be
this. This is fast 30-something minute mark. And by the time we finish, day 2 should probably get ready to start.
Yeah. So if I will set up the next stream for about 12:30 again. I will have my delivery window for some things is between 12 and 4. We decided to replace, since we had to replace some things anyway, we decided to. Did you know the Lowe's 4th of July sale, it was cheaper to replace all 4 of the appliances in our kitchen than it was to replace just 2?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was much cheaper to replace just 2 or all 4 than it was to replace just 2 with the discounts they had.
I didn't even know.
So they're when they have when Lowe's has a buy more save more sale, they literally aren't kidding. I was legit like, Mr. Squid came to me and he's like, "Hey, by the way, do you want to do all of this? Because it would be like $150 cheaper if we just replaced all 4. What? What? Than if we replaced just 2. So we're getting all new appliances today. So there's that.
That's awesome. You got a deal. You got a great deal.
Yeah. Well, we have a Frigidaire refrigerator, and I hate, and it's what we had when we bought the house, and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And it's been on my let's replace this list when we got the chance. And because some things have happened and we have some things going on, we're able to replace it. And for reasons, we're like, oh, let's replace the dishwasher too. Well, now we're going to replace all 4 because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to replace all 4 than it is to replace just the dishwasher and the refrigerator. Make that one make sense. I don't understand how it works. The math doesn't, that's girl math to me. But even that doesn't girl math to me.
She spoke it like the true Southerner, ladies and gentlemen. Refrigerator.
I hate Frigidaire. I hate it. Frigidaire. Everything I've ever owned that has been Frigidaire has broken.
Oh wow.
Has been crappy. Like something has broken on it. It has been shitty material. I just hate it, and I hate this refrigerator. I mean, it's not bad. It's better. It's decent refrigerator. I will give you that. But so we are going with all Whirlpool stuff, just like our washer and dryer, because I've never been happier with my washer and dryer that I got like 4 years ago that are Whirlpool. I've never been happier. So we are going with all Whirlpool appliances. That way we can get a whole house protection, and I've never been happier. Like, My Hero, thanks for the $5 super chat. My wife's favorite store is Lowe's, especially since she now has a live-in handyman. Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah.
No, Lowe's would cook. Oh wait, no, that's Sears. I'm thinking about. Wrong
I
store.
love Lowe's. Well, Lowe's also has a military discount.
Ah,
So that also helped us out. So, yeah. All right. We are going to get this started, and then I'm going to figure out why my daughter is obsessed with my phone, because both my parents text me. So
Like this would really impinge on Mr. Robinson's right to a fair trial. And so we're asking it not be published, and certainly if the court does publish it, that it certainly not be filmed.
Thank you. Mr. Sturgill, any response?
Judge, Rule 901 addresses authenticating or identifying evidence to satisfy the requirement of authenticating a document, or I guess authenticating a piece of evidence. The proponent, which in this case is the state, must produce evidence sufficient to support a finding that the item is what the proponent claims it to be. And then the rule goes on to explain or provide examples of how this rule can be satisfied. And at the very top, under subsection B1, is testimony of a witness with knowledge. That goes on to say that testimony that an item is what it is claimed to be satisfies this authentication rule. Judge, you have an 1102 statement prepared by the person who actually caught these images on her camera.
Hero, thanks for the $5 super chat. I'm more of a Menards or Farm and Fleet guy personally. Can you tell I'm from the Midwest? I miss Farm and Fleet. Not to be confused with Fleet Farm. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm not taking the time to explain it. You can Google it. However, I have to update my Rumble description and make sure I don't F that up.
I'm guessing this Farm and Fleet thing is a Wisconsin thing only.
Yeah, well, Fleet Farm is a Farm and Fleet Farm are kind of owned by the same family. They just had a falling out, and they're hence the name. Yes, Angel. Yes. So, I'm from the Midwest as well, and we are just catching up where Kathy Nestor argued about hearsay and a certain rule about this person's testimony or document not being allowed in because she is not there to authenticate it and blah bullshit. Kathy Nestor bitching again.
I did find it interesting. I was watching that, like some reported testimony about who was in the courtroom. Of course, it's just generic stuff. Erica Kirk and his parents are there. But I found it interesting. Trump Jr. was apparently in the courtroom.
Well, they were friends.
For real? Okay.
Yeah. And that's why people think that Charlie was somebody more important than he was because of who he was friends with. Thank you, Angel. So he did have friends in government. He was friends with Don Jr. He was not, he did campaign for Trump. So they were friends. Okay. However, just because...
Now I know where the political theory comes from, even though it's still stupid. Now I know where that's somewhat coming from.
Yeah. It comes from the fact that they were friends, but not actually, like, An Hero says, screw Fleet Farm. Well, yeah. Well, wow. There are people who are on one side or the other. There are people who are on one side or the other. And thank you, Jeff Grady, for the $50 Ko-fi. I appreciate you so very much. And my phone died last night, or I didn't charge my phone last night, so I'm charging it now, and the little is obsessed with my phone. And she will throw hissy fits all day today because she doesn't get to use my phone. So she is in a mood today, which is not helping my mood today. So, but
And it's early. You don't usually stream this early.
Thank you. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know that you know what to do after the stream. Gotta go later. Yes, and if this gets too much for you, and Kathy Nestor is just unbearable bearable and you just need something else to watch today, Spawn is going live today too. So, Angel, I need to put my hand somewhere. Like, I can't help but put my hand here. Like, I can't put my hand here. It just doesn't work. So, if you don't like my hand on this side of your body, you got to get down. So, he will be going live today sometime too, most likely during our afternoon stream. However, if Kathy Nestor is too much for you to bear, because I understand that she is an experience and for most people, not a good one.
I like how the more you know did a video about it. I think he titled it like objections over and over and over. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And hey, Queen, how are you? It's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I understand one objection, but like, you lost.
And she objects to the same. It's not like she object once and overrule. Like, all right, cool. She objects every single time the same thing.
And it's the same objection. Same objection.
Oh, boy.
Is she a bad witch? She's something. She's a something, all right. Witch is not the word I would use, but it rhymes with witch. I mean, Ursula. But then I was yelled at yesterday. Well, not yelled at, but my bossy mod bossed me into not insulting Ursula like that. So, you know.
That sounded about right for her.
Like, Heidel said, don't insult Ursula by comparing the two.
Yeah, that sounded about right.
So we're going to get back into this. I got to speed this up because they're just arguing over objection.
Yeah, we left off on a question. I think it's like right after that, right as he ruled.
And I understand you got to preserve the record, but some of this isn't even like, I understand preserving the record of objections that are worth a damn.
Preserve
or might have a chance.
You trying to make an appeal. He's not at trial yet.
Like,
Did he get found behind?
Heidel said, "Kiss Scritch, love you, Squid." She did bring up a good point because we don't like to insult we don't like to insult Ursula. I mean, even Ursula had her redeeming qualities. I don't know if Kathy Nestor does.
I remember someone yesterday, Heidel, saying Nestor. I can't remember what the exact. I said, dang, Heidel.
I understand needing to preserve the record, but I also, there's a couple of things with that. One, this is a probable cause hearing, and there's enough evidence to hold this over for trial or bound this over for trial without your objections. And secondly, your objections are the same objection that have been ruled on prior to this hearing. The judge ruled on hearsay evidence. And
if you don't like it, Jet, you can appeal it, like you've been doing.
Yeah, they already appealed the hearsay evidence.
Yeah, they appealed that one too.
Introduction of hearsay into the preliminary hearing to the Utah Supreme Court. And the Utah Supreme Court said, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yep, they slapped that down on Thursday.
So,
but the Supreme Court.
This Utah Supreme Court already said, go fuck yourself. So I understand preserving objections, but like she's taken it, in my opinion, over the top to something that is not.
I wouldn't be surprised at some point in the future she tries to appeal to the United States Supreme Court.
I wouldn't doubt it. So, all right, let's get into this.
On her phone, and so, Judge, I think that alone sufficiently authenticates the document, and then even further than that, you have Agent Pohl, who has reviewed the video himself and authenticates it, at least with regards to location.
Thank you. As it relates to admissibility of this exhibit, I believe this is State's Exhibit 6. Is that?
It is, Judge.
All right.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I add one more thing just for the record?
No.
For purposes of publication question, under UCJA 4-202.02, parent 4, parent R is in Richard, photograph, film, or video of a crime victim are designated as private court records. And I do think that based on what the state has
I don't even
previously
remember this part.
referenced, they are perceiving that everyone in the audience is a potential victim, and so we think it shouldn't be published under that rule.
Thank you. Mr. Sturgill, on that final point.
Judge, I appreciate that argument from Ms. Nestor. And we don't necessarily disagree, but to that end, to protect who we believe is
Okay, that one I don't necessarily disagree with 100%. I that one's touchy.
I don't even remember this argument.
But I don't necessarily disagree with that one in a sense of like showing certain videos. Okay, I get that. Like we don't need to rehash showing the world him being shot in the neck again. Like everybody has seen the video multiple times in slow-mo.
Yeah, people want to see it. Let them go to YouTube. Don't.
Yeah, if y'all
good.
want to see it, I'm pretty sure it's still available. That I can understand. Don't show that to the world.
is a victims in this video. I believe their faces have been blurred out.
Oh, I see. Ms. Nestor, have you?
I think it's only the minor children whose faces are blurred out, not Ms. Wright, if I'm not mistaken, unless it's been subsequently altered.
My recollection is they've all been blurred out.
All right. I need to view this again. So let's just put it on my monitor again. I'm just trying to make sure that.
I don't
in order
never
to make a ruling on
apologize
this,
to
I
me
need to
for
view it.
3D
So
World.
let's put it on my monitor. Play it
3D
without
World
any
comes
sound.
first.
I know. I keep telling you. She do that.
Okay,
at
dude,
court watch. I keep telling you. You don't have to do stuff like that.
This is why we do, like, y'all look at my thumbnail and it says petty playback because real life happens. Like, y'all have lives. This is why we do petty playback. We watch it at a different time, not live and 1.5 speed because y'all have lives and so do I.
And it's early in
Exhibit
the
A.
morning. Everybody.
Like, y'all just, and Unhung Hero, thanks for the $2 super chat. Even Daryl Brooks made better objections. And hey, Dad, how are you? Papa Squid in the chat.
Hey, Papa Squid.
And Volusia won. Yeah, the judge even cringed with the video and photo evidence. Yeah. It is Grandpa. Yes, it is. It's Grandpa. Yes.
My understanding is the prosecution has control of this exhibit. So what I'm asking is that the sound be turned off, if there is any, and just go ahead and play it. And it's only on, well, it's on all the parties' monitors because I want you all to view it because that can go directly to, as you mentioned, Ms. Nestor, whether it's possibly admissible. So let's go ahead and play that.
Yeah, I don't know why the state wants this to be displayed to the courtroom. I mean, only the judge says really need to see this.
Yeah, and
All right, thank you. Based off what I've watched, there was some blurring of faces, of all the faces, and so I'm going to rule that it is admissible.
But
Sure, I'll wait until all parties are ready to proceed.
I'm gonna, do the 5-second skip through.
So I'm ruling that it is admissible into evidence, again, taking into consideration the analysis the court's talked about in regards to 1102s and this particular piece of evidence as it relates to the 1102 video, the 1102 statement 6.1. And I'm going to allow it to admit it into evidence. And because the faces of the alleged victims are not all obscured, there are some that are visible, it's not going to be published to in-court monitor and obviously not to be filmed by the media. So the court will receive it into evidence. The court will watch it again right now, and then we can continue to proceed.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
So if
And honestly,
the state,
I'm okay with that. Like, there's some things that even like as long as it's published into evidence for the jury to potentially see, like there's just some things that the world does not need to rehash.
yeah, I like that they changed that rule because, like, back in the 90s with the classic trials, they didn't care what you showed on television. I'm like, yeah, maybe don't.
And I understand that we live in a softer world, and sometimes I'm like, sometimes you need to suck it up. But for respecting the victim, we don't need to show certain things. Like, it's not about the world being soft. It's about respecting the person who lost their life. Yes, it's Grandpa. I get it. I know he's there. You know he's there. Everybody knows he's there. I love you. But it's one of those situations, like, there's just some things that the world just does not need to rehash for the privacy, and especially with his wife sitting there. Like, just the world just doesn't need to
I don't know if they showed certain stuff, but apparently she exited the courtroom at certain points and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, just Jeffrey makes a good point. Just like with the Athena Strand trial, some things just shouldn't be public at all.
Yeah, I thought about watching that one. I'm so glad people were like, yeah.
Oh my God, Mo covered that one, and the amount of puppy kitten breaks. I love that she does puppy kitten breaks. However, like you just needed like everybody needed like a puppy. She just needed we just needed like an emotional support animal for that one.
And when kid cases, those make me want to hurt somebody. These
Yeah,
cases,
I've never wanted to reach through the screen and punch a defendant, except for Daryl Brooks.
that was a kid case too.
Yeah. No, the Daryl Brooks one was actually personal because I think my little cousin actually played baseball against Jackson.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, because that's my home. That's like my hometown, Waukesha. I mean, I went to high school in that county. So
Waukesha becoming popular these days with crime.
I graduated from high school in that county. Remember that? That's my yeah.
Daryl Brooks, Kevin Leishwick, or however the heck you pronounce his name.
All right, we're gonna pay attention to the judge. Yes, Angel. Yes.
If you would like to play it again for me, I'm viewing it as it relates to consideration as a magistrate.
Your Honor, sounds like an issue that's going to come up again. I represent the news media. Can I be heard on this issue?
Yes.
No.
I just wanted to address it. I've tried to be
What
quiet.
do you want
I
it to
just
be
wanted to address it now because it's going to
public
keep
to the
coming up,
courtroom?
it sounds like. The classification rule that Ms. Nestor is citing and that Your Honor was just reading
Why are you fighting this?
is not about in-court exhibits. That is classification for records in the court file. So it is a fundamentally different thing when we are in a public proceeding and the state is presenting an exhibit that you are relying on and the public is being denied the chance to see it. That is a fundamental violation of the right.
I do understand his argument. I do think that maybe they shouldn't, like, if you can see it from a distance, fine, but like don't zoom in on it. However, I see here's the fine line with that. I see why he's arguing it, because if Kathy Nestor wins, even if it's like seen from a distance or they catch a corner of it, the news media can be thrown out because they broke.
Yeah, you don't want them to get inadvertently excluded.
Yeah. So I see why he's arguing it for what I think would be not
Because he's
disrespectful
watching the media,
purposes,
he's
but
watching the media like a hawk.
yeah. And just in case they happen to catch something on accident, even if they're being respectful and not showing it, just to, being respectful and not showing like, the actual shot and certain things. But if they happen to catch something and Nestor goes, well, you said they couldn't show it and they did, and now we're all screwed. So I can understand the argument from a technicality perspective.
Even with any other defense attorney, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know why you fighting this. But you gotta be careful when it comes to this defense thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mama Squid and Papa Squid are gonna have to change their nicknames so the little can't recognize them. Oh my god. And Anima Rapora over on Rumble says, did Nestor study law under Jerome Fisher? That may explain the objections.
Oh, I'm familiar with this person.
Of access, and it's a qualified right, and I recognize that. But that's not the ruling that you just made. You're just ruling based on the Code of Judicial Administration, which doesn't have anything to do with when something is presented in a public proceeding. So while I recognize there are certain things where I understand that you were going to make an exhibit by exhibit evaluation based on certain exhibits that may, be somewhat may cross the heavy threshold of being so prejudicial that they cannot be shown in public. That is not this. And so I just wanted to make clear that the things that are in Rule 202 are not, when it is presented in open court as an exhibit for you to rely on, the public is entitled to see what you're seeing so that they can understand what your decision-making process is. And so this one, it doesn't sound like, this sounds pretty anodyne to me. You know, it's not even depicting the shooting. I just wanted to clarify that the classification issue about when, we're filing things with the court and we say like this, maybe we file a motion to classify. That's not the decision that you're making today. The decision you're making today is the state is presenting something to you. You're watching it. You're making a decision based on it. And the people in the gallery have the right to see that. Whether you allow EMC of it is a different question. And we think that the EMC should be allowed to for reasons that we briefed. But I do think that it at least should be published to the courtroom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
To the parties, do you wish to respond?
Stay this one. We'll submit it.
Here
Well,
goes
there's other-
Becky
I'm sorry.
Bridget.
Hold on. Okay, so we'll go to Ms. Nestor first
ahead.
and then to the state. Mr. Sturgill.
The only additional observation I'd make is with regards to this video and this video only, the state doesn't believe that the defense really has standing to make an argument on behalf of the victims in this case.
All right. All right, based off of what's been presented in recognizing the argument from the media, I see the differentiation and how they are differentiating the rule that was cited versus what was presented. So I'm going to go ahead and rule that this may be played in the courtroom but not be captured on video. So to the camera operator, I just want to make sure that it's going to be playing on that, but I don't want it captured. I appreciate the patience of the parties as we're going through the many layers that need to be addressed on exhibits such as these. So we'll go ahead and once that's ready to be played, let's go ahead and do that. Thank you. And that concludes Exhibit 6.
Correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
so that's
Mr.
gonna be
Sturgill,
the
making-
graphic thing.
Yeah, it's a. And hey, SMN, how are you? And Tammy, have a good day at work. I hope things are a lot less stressful now that you got more people.
Continue.
Agent Holt, did you or any other SBI agent collect additional video?
Yes, there were other videos collected.
What additional video did you collect?
Hey,
Cell phone video.
You're Flash fan, you're breaking up. Oh, there we go.
okay, yeah, I put I'm at the whole device. When I'm talking, I said I forgot the UK accent guy.
Yeah.
That's the whole-
We've been away from him for so long that we forgot that he still was there. Yeah, but he's been sitting there the whole time while everybody else has been arguing. He's been sitting there the entire time.
He just probably sitting there smiling in his head, laughing in his head, like, these idiotic attorneys.
These people. Say these people. Yeah. Can you say pecuniary advantage yet? There you go. There you go, Jeffrey.
From Mr. Phillips was collected.
And do you know who or how that video was collected?
Yes, Agent Schultz made contact with Mr. Phillips September 29th of 2025, and that video was provided to him. And subsequently, in preparation for the proceedings today, myself and Agent Davis met with Mr. Phillips on April 6th, and he completed an 1102 and went through the same process as Ms. Wright. The only difference being on this occasion that because he is a minor, his mother witnessed it and also signed the statement.
Okay. So you personally reviewed Mr. Phillips' video with Mr. Phillips?
Correct.
Okay. And you had him prepare a written statement?
Yes, correct.
Again, on this written statement, are there two different authors?
Yes, I believe in this instance it was myself that wrote the file name on the form.
Okay. And so you wrote, what part of the statement did you write?
Just the name of the file that we were asking Mr. Phillips to verify.
Okay. I'm going to have exhibited on your screen what's been marked State's Exhibit 7.1. And this should just be for Agent Hall.
That's on my screen.
Is it on your screen? Do you recognize what that is?
I do, yes.
What is that?
The State Bureau of Investigation 1102 form completed by Mr. Phillips.
Okay. And did you gather that from Mr. Phillips?
I did, yes.
And again, does this statement include the advisory that is going to be used in lieu of his testimony at prelim?
It does.
And does it also include a warning that if he makes the author makes a false statement that could be punishable by being charged with a Class A misdemeanor?
It does, yes.
Okay. Anything about this exhibit look different than the day you collected it?
No.
Does the state would seek to admit Exhibit 7.1?
Ms. Nestor?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would object to the admission on the grounds that this video does in fact show a close-up view of the shooting of Mr. Kirk in grievous injuries in very stark relief. And because of that, we are particularly concerned about our constitutional claims we have made in our standing objection in terms of their.
It's you. Well, how does my brain is buffering in real time? This is not my stream skipping. This is not YouTube. This is not my. internet connection. This is my brain buffering in real time. Because how does the actual footage of the shot and the unaliving of the victim hurt the constitutional rights of your client? Because that is what he is being accused of. You are the dumbest bitch I have ever met in my entire life.
But didn't she just object to it not being a close up anyway? But now she's saying, or it was being too zoomed out or something. Whatever.
I have absolutely. This makes Bruce look like a good lawyer. Beelzebubbles, if you are listening to this, if you see this, Kathy Nestor has made you look like a star student. Made you look like first in your class. We have found a worse lawyer than Bruce Matzkin.
I gotta say, I wanted to give the defense in this case a fair chance, but
Oh, and yes, Anima Rumpier, thank you for reminding everybody that is over here on the YouTube side. If anybody feels the need to share how they really feel, remember Rumble allows words that the tube does not. Just make sure you smash that like button when you stop in.
Oh, Rumble give a lot of leeway. See, I ain't never used Rumble.
Oh, yes. Rumble does not discriminate. Rumble does not censor words.
Oh, wow.
No, Rumble is a free speech platform. Even with all its faults and setup and learning curves and things, it is a free speech. Say what you want, preach what you want. We're not going to censor what your content is. You don't have to come up with crazy words for freedom seed throwers, and you can show the things. Yeah. And this right here, that video from a number of different angles has already been shown worldwide on different platforms and was aired live at the time. They can't pull it back now. But it's one of those things where we're reminder of our constitutional objections. The footage of the crime will never hurt the constitutional rights of the accused.
Yep.
Will never. In my opinion, the footage of the crime itself will never hurt.
Yeah.
In most cases, the footage of the crime can actually be the exonerating factor because you're like, here's the timestamp. I was not even there at the time. Kind of a situation.
It won't hurt his constitutional right or right to a fair trial, because regardless of whatever argument you may make, the dude was still alive. So no getting around that. There was still a crime that was committed. Now, rather
no matter who did it,
may be an issue or contested, but there's no dispute that a crime was committed.
I hate when they say alleged crime when obviously someone is no longer with us.
Yeah, some states say alleged victim or something like that. Like, I think Connecticut. I watched some Connecticut. They're like, the alleged victim. No, alleged victim.
And Unghung Hero, thanks for the $5 super chat. Move over Chewbacca defense, introducing spaghetti defense. Throw it against the wall until something sticks.
I'm scared to know what her defense at trial is going to be. If there's going to be a defense. I don't see how you defend this, but
I have a feeling this is the Koberger defense.
Yeah.
Stall, and then take a plea deal to save his life.
I don't know if the state will offer a plea deal in a case of this magnitude. They may, but
yeah. So it's a thing. Y'all just Kathy Nestor.
Ability to get a fair trial if this is published. And I think, again, we have the same issue.
She doesn't even sound confident in her
being
own
in a position where
bullshit.
you're having to make a reliability determination without the opportunity for this individual to be cross-examined. Also, I do think the fact this is a minor that completed this form does make it protected. He's also potentially a victim under the same theory that has been stated for Ms. Wright, and under the UCJA Acts, for the same reason, the UCJA rules, for the same reason, these should be protected private court records, and private means it shouldn't be played to court, and it shouldn't be played to the public through the media. So we would object to its admission, we would object to its publication, and we would object to its filming. Thank you.
Any final response?
Let me address, there's two things here, right? Let me address first the 1102 statement. Judge, I believe again that this statement was gathered in compliance with Rule 1102B8. check. And the agent has explained that although Mr. Phillips is a minor, his mother was present, and that explains, I believe he said, the second signature on the form. With regards to publishing it, the 1102 statement, that is, Judge, we believe again, the presumption is this is a public record, and that it should be not only admitted but published here in court and also published so the media can record it. With regards, well, do you want to address the 1102, and then I'll move on to the video.
All right, so we're staying focused on the 1102. Any final response, Ms. Nestor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. As it relates to the 1102 statement and to the state representative who is displaying it, could you scroll down? I can only see the top half of this. All right. And just go to the very bottom so I can look at the totality of it. This is 7.1. All right, based off what's before me on the State's Exhibit 7.1, I find that it is admissible under Rule 1102 and to the Utah Constitution, Article 1, Section 12, to that paragraph I have referred to previously, and so it is admitted into evidence. And Mr. Sturgill, remind me, were you requesting for it to be displayed? I'm, again, focusing on 7.1.
Right. On 7.1, Judge, with regards to the video, we believe it's admissible. It's been authenticated properly.
Hold on. I'm not talking about the video. I'm talking about 7.1, publishing it in the courtroom versus publishing it on to be captured by the media.
Because we think that the presumption is that it is a court record. We believe in its redacted form. We believe it should be published in all three areas.
Right, Ms. Nestor, any final thoughts?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and grant the publishing of Plaintiff's Exhibit 7.1 in court and that the media
I
may
don't
capture
know
that.
if I like this prosecutor more than the other ones. I think I like him a little bit less than the other prosecutor there. So.
He doesn't seem to be as put his foot down and not deal with. He seems to be a little more
And I
appeased
think
Kathy Nestor instead of just putting his foot down and saying, "Bitch, you're full of shit. Shut up."
And I think he's newish to the team because I've not seen him before. And I know I came into the case.
Yeah, it's this dude right here. I can't remember his name right now. The dude with the that got a haircut and trimmed up the goatee and
The one that questioned the last witness.
yeah, cleaned up the lines a little bit.
Grunand.
I can't remember his name.
Chad,
But,
I believe.
he seems like a very young, confident, put his foot down, type A, not deal with any bullshit. He reminds me of Mr. Squid. Let's put it that way.
That last guy that questioned the witness, Grunand, who you talking about, that's the lead prosecutor, I believe. So
Yeah. Unhung Hero, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for ensuring that I don't work for free today. Y'all are awesome. And thanks for everybody on Rumble for ensuring I don't work for free because Rumble's monetized no matter what. I appreciate you. Koberger had the benefit of not committing the crime in front of thousands of people. Robinson will have a harder time getting as good of a deal. That is very true. I do. But the thing about Koberger, Robinson has the benefit of thousands of people not liking the victim.
yeah.
Whereas the Idaho 4, I don't know anybody on social media that talked negatively about those 4 or those 3 girls and that guy. I don't know anybody. Dad says Heather is a bit worked up this morning. You think? Oh, give your dad a hug from me and tell him, well, I had to start my day with Spawn Trooper helping me with Rumble, and I don't know what was more frustrating, Spawn Trooper or Rumble, or knowing that I was working harder than I had to make Rumble work. I'm going to get this started, and I have to get the little off the potty. I will be right back.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do so.
Scroll up. Slowly scroll down.
All right. You may proceed.
Did you admit Exhibit 7.1?
It is admitted into evidence and it was
All
published.
right. Have you personally watched Mr. Phillips's video?
I have, yes.
Okay. And what does it depict?
It's a graphic video. Mr. Phillips was positioned towards the front of the crowd, and it does depict the moment that Mr. Kirk is shot.
Okay. And independent of the 1102 statement prepared by Mr. Phillips, you watching that video, do you recognize at least the location of this video?
I do. It's consistent with the event that Mr. Kirk was presenting at UVU on September 10th, 2025.
Okay. Just at this point, the state would move to introduce, or would move to admit what's been marked State's Exhibit number 7. We would simply ask that it be admitted. We would ask, however, that it not be published beyond that,
Ms. Nestor.
due to the graphic nature and the sensitive nature of the video.
All right.
So as to the admission, the same issues that we raised as to the 1102, we would raise as to the difficulty of authenticating when the individual is not here present, and all the same concerns that we raised about the 1102 itself, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Considering the
I'm sorry, may I add one more? I apologize. And also under Rule 403, we think it's more prejudicial than probative, and we would raise it for that reason as well.
any final response, Mr. Sturgeon?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And this is Exhibit 7, is that correct?
Correct. Exhibit 7, Judge.
All right. I will admit Exhibit 7 into evidence based off the foundation that's laid. The 1102 is tied directly to this, and so for admission purposes, it is admitted. I am not going to authorize publication in the courtroom or obviously through media, but I will have it played on my screen. And so I view it, and I just want to make sure, and please, counsel, given the graphic nature of it, please guard your screens because I believe we all should be viewing this. This is evidence, and I want to make sure that you all are seeing what I see to ensure that that is accurate. And
I appreciate the fact that the cameraman zoomed in on the judge
Yeah.
to make sure that they didn't. Like I can respect that.
Some media people, I like some media in some cases. Some cases they be bold. Like I know how like back research like classic cases got banned from most courtrooms because like what the Menendez retrial transfers. They wanted similar to what the defense was arguing against the public here. They wanted to copy an exhibit, and one of the media people told the judge like, "Can we have copies of the exhibit?" And the judge like, "Well, no, you're not a party to the case." And I feel like Mark Furman.
Well, and I'm
like, well, that's on you, but
and I completely subscribe to the fact that just because something is public doesn't mean everybody needs to go out and search and find it. Should it be public? Yes, but does that mean it needs to be shown all over social media all the time? No.
Yeah, I don't care to watch a graphic crime scene video, man. I mean, I watched them before, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I like reading the court files. That's about the only thing I really care.
I like looking at autopsy reports, but that's because my brain goes into like medical. I love when people speak medical to me. I just speak anatomy to me, please. Like I love it. Like it's interesting to me. It's fascinating. I could read an anatomy book. I mean, I have a brain book sitting on my shelf. Like,
when experts testify, that stuff generally goes over my head. So,
but it's one of those situations where I feel like just because something should be public doesn't mean it needs to be shown all over social media.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to see it, you should be able to go find it. However, my child doesn't need to just turn on social media and see it. Kind of, and we are done.
Hey, it's mine.
It's not yours. It's mine. And I just bought a new one. And these are $10.
it's a fair representation of the exhibit that you are familiar with. So whatever you need to do, I'll give you a moment. And if you could just give me a thumbs up if you're ready to proceed. Again, I want to act in a way that is dignified and respecting the rights of all persons. And for those reasons, I just want to make sure we are safeguarding to ensure this is not captured. All right. To defense, ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the state? Yes, sir. All right. Go ahead and let's play Exhibit 7. Is there sound? There is. All right. Let's make sure that. Thank you.
She mad at me because I took the lip balm away. I paid $10 for those things. Look at the judge.
Thank you. That concludes playing of Exhibit 7.
Like he's stoic, but you saw you saw how that affected him. Like you saw it. Like let's.
Thank you. That concludes playing of.
Agent Holt, any more video? Did you collect it, or either you or another agent with the SBA?
Yes, we were able to collect video. TPUSA had a videographer, Visual Impulse, who was taking coverage of the event, and they provided video to us that they had captured on September 10th of 2025.
And do you know who or how that video was collected from Visual Impulse?
Yeah, Mr. Farnsworth originally provided, I believe, a flash drive to Lieutenant O'Brien with one of the local agencies, and a short time after that, on September 10th, he provided downloadable versions, electronic versions to Agent Mortensen. And an 1102 was collected from him on May 6th of 2026.
So 1102 was prepared by someone with Visual Impulse?
Yes, Terrell Farnsworth was the individual who prepared it, and in preparation for this, I spoke to him personally regarding that statement.
And do you know what his association is with Visual Impulse?
I believe he's the owner-operator, or the director of the company.
And then who collected that 1102 statement from Mr. Farnsworth?
It was Agent Mortensen who collected it.
Okay, and you know that because Agent Mortensen told you, or?
He provided it to me, and then, as I mentioned, I subsequently spoke to Terrell Farnsworth personally regarding the statement.
Okay. You got a chance to look at Mr. Farnsworth's 1102 statement?
I have, yes.
And again, does that statement include an advisory that any statement that he provided would be used at preliminary hearing in lieu of his live testimony?
Yes.
Did it also include a warning that a false statement would potentially be punished by a Class A misdemeanor?
It did, yes.
Okay. I'm going to have exhibited on your screen what's been marked State's Exhibit 8.1. Let me know when that comes up.
That's come up.
I think it's a single page, is it not?
I believe it is.
Go to the top screen. Go to the top screen slowly. Can you see that, Agent Hall?
Yes.
You do recognize that?
I do, yes.
Okay, and again, that is what?
It's the 1102 statement that was provided to me, completed by Mr. Farnsworth from Visual Impulse, who is the videographer for TPUSA for the events that they do.
Okay. Judge, the state would move to admit State's Exhibit 8.1.
Objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, we renew our objection. This is hearsay. The statement is hearsay. We have constitutional concerns for the reasons we raised in our standing objection. We also would like to cross-examine Mr. Farnsworth about whether or not and to what extent these videos may have been altered in any way. It is clear that clips were being made out of the larger videos because he sent, even his own statement says he sent larger videos, and this is just a small portion of them. So obviously someone made clips, and we don't know who, we don't know how, we don't know what they did. And for those reasons and the reasons in our standing objection, we would object to the admissibility of it, and as well the, I don't have a redacted version of 8.1, but I assume there is one. There is personal information on this one. Do you have the redacted? Okay, I don't have that one. All right. And we would object to publication just on our concerns for fair trial, the same issues. Yeah, gotcha. Yep, I think so. Thank you. And for all those reasons, we would object to its admissibility, its publication, and its ability to be filmed by the media, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor, I just wanted to check. Did you get a copy of the redacted?
I was just handed it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
right.
you had copies.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, okay, thank you. Mr. Sturgill, would you like to respond?
Sure, Judge, thank you. With regards to the admissibility of the statement, Judge, as, I think the foundation has been laid that this statement was collected in compliance with Utah Rule of Evidence 1102, subsection B8. It constitutes reliable hearsay. It's a statement that's been made by a declarant that's written and is under oath, or not under oath, but pursuant to a notification of the declarant that a false statement made is punishable. I think there's been foundation to support that. In addition, Judge, Article 1, Section 12 of the Utah Constitution makes it very clear that the state at preliminary hearing can rely upon reliable hearsay.
All right. Anything further before I make my ruling? Thank you. All right, applying the same analysis from the previous exhibits as it relates to the written statement under Rule 1102, and also under the Utah Constitution, Article 1, Section 12, in that last paragraph, I will overrule the objection and admit State's Exhibit 8.1. Hold off on that final phrase. If you could scroll down to the state representative and just...
You're giving a little bit of feedback.
Huh?
I don't know if you're typing or you're doing something in the background when you're watching, but you're giving a little bit of feedback. So,
Am I good?
yeah, you're good when you talk, but when you might be doing something else. So it's, my God, this is a probable cause hearing to sustain a criminal case, not a freaking trial. Dad's going out of his mind with this lady. Now you know why I'm so fired up.
So that's what I was saying. I don't off my train thought. I don't think she's won an objection yet.
She hasn't, and it's the same freaking objection that she throws every time with every exhibit, and it's the exact same objection that the Utah Supreme Court last Thursday said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I can't wait till they get to that recorded statement of the roommate because they've been objecting to that too. They've
been objecting to everything. They've been objecting to everything. Everything. Like I understand that you have to defend your client, but at a certain point in time, you have to come to a realization that your client is being charged with a crime. And you can't.
I'm like, even the most annoying attorneys, even James Owens was better than this.
This makes Bruce Matskin look like a fucking genius.
And I thought I seen some
even at a certain point, Bruce Matskin knew when to shut the fuck up. It took a while, but even he knew when to shut the fuck up and go away. This bitch, 2 trials now. This is not our first time with Kathy Nestor. I did not stream the Corey Richens trial because I had 3D life that was just a little too much, and I've been following this case since the very beginning, since I was a Charlie Kirk follower.
And Nestor came in late. Nestor was not her original attorney. Been on it for years. I think her original attorney left at the beginning of this year, late last year. But actually, Scott Lazaro, her former attorney, has done interviews about the Tyler Robinson case.
You want to go get a straw? Go get a straw.
No.
Go get a straw.
No.
But this is not our first go around with Kathy Nestor. And Kathy Nestor, and I've said it yesterday, and I will say it again, and I will probably say it 1,000 more times in every trial that I watch, every hearing that I watch. I am convinced there is reasons why attorneys do not want proceedings filmed, and I'm damn sure that it has nothing to do with their client. It has to do with everybody seeing how good or not good of an attorney they are.
The crazy part is, this is the first time I've seen the defense ask for proceedings to be called. Usually the government is like, yeah, we don't want cameras. Usually the judge and the government are like, yeah, we need to exclude cameras.
And I can appreciate a prosecutor that is like, yeah, show everything. Show everything. Like, I got nothing to hide. Show everything. You know? It's, yeah. The defense could stipulate probable cause and get the trial moved up. The defense wants to drag this out as long as humanly possible.
I wouldn't stipulate probable cause, but I would not object to every single exhibit.
I have a feeling these are the type of attorneys that if they were not attorneys would be on social media going, thoughts and prayers, like Megan Farina. And if you don't know who Megan Farina is, I did an entire video on her little escapades on TikTok and why her fiance's business went out of business. So, you know. But these are the type of attorneys that probably did not like Charlie Kirk.
And you see this in trials. Even the most crazy attorneys don't do this. You see in trials, judge by do you have any objection to this admission this exhibit? And they like, no, Your Honor. They really object to every single exhibit. And usually in rare circumstances, they object to exhibits being admitted.
And like, I can understand needing to, preserve your, but this is the probable cause hearing. And like the hearsay, there is thousands and thousands and thousands, probably millions by this time in our history of probable cause hearings that have allowed hearsay. Your constitutional argument does not hold water. And the Utah Supreme Court even told you that.
Now, preliminary hearings are coming a long way from what it was. I know I read some transcript from like Lindsey Borden's preliminary hearing. The judge like, yeah, she's guilty. I'm like, yeah, that's supposed to work. But preliminary hearing been around for centuries.
So, Adam over here says a plaintiff's case depends on momentum. So whenever you can and should object, if you should fall asleep at the counsel chair, the first thing you say when you wake up should be objection. I mean, I could see that in a trial with a jury. However, this is a probable cause hearing. All you need is 1 ounce, 1 scintilla of a shred of probable cause.
If she's going to be like this when the trial starts, a jury is going to dislike her very, very quickly.
I have a feeling that she will not be doing any of the work at trial. I mean, behind the scenes, yes, probably, but not the actual.
It'd probably be, she probably need that stuff to Novak and Bert.
Probably Bert, because being that they're in Utah, and Utah is a very religious, respect your elders kind of place, put the old man in.
And Bert is very good and with expert witnesses, so if the Menendez.
But Novak is not any more likable than she is. In fact, I think he's the only person on the planet that I know that's less likable than her.
At least the only credit I can really give her at this point is she is not being overly aggressive as Novak has been in some of these hearings with questioning like the prosecutor and stuff like that. At least she's cool, calm, and collected, even though her questions might be stupid.
If you know, you know. Oh, for those of you who don't know, that is the ASL sign
Stop right
for
there.
Hot Waffle.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I fully review it before I make that ruling.
So, if you ever see me go like this,
Oh, I wish Jackie was here.
And if you could continue scrolling down. And just go ahead and scroll down to the end. I don't believe there's anything else, but I want to make sure. Thank you. So I do rule that overrule the objection and
well,
States
most
Exhibit
probable
7.
cause hearings only take like 2 hours. Like, in fact, I've never seen a probable cause hearing in my time of watching trials, which has probably been about a decade of paying attention. I don't know. We did do a mock trial of O.J. Simpson on the bus in 3rd grade. I do remember that specifically.
That was the longest preliminary, 6 days. But besides that, with the session, I think the longest I've seen was 4 hours.
I fell in love with trials because my parents owned my mom and my stepdad owned a Bronco at the same time as the Bronco chase.
Oh, wow.
So, the slowest slow motion, high speed, slow speed chase of all time.
Apparently, Domino's got the most pizza orders on that day, June 17th, 1994, when the chase happened.
But this is not normal, and this, in my opinion, is the defense being shady people.
They trying to make this a modern day O.J. Simpson with all this lengthy stuff.
They're trying to take advantage of the people who are watching this who have no idea about anything that has to do with the legal system. And there's a lot of people who don't understand what a probable cause hearing is. There's a lot of people who don't understand what probable cause means. There's a lot of people who have no idea that you will not release all the evidence out into the public before the trial.
Yeah, because majority of preliminary hearings, probable cause hearings, don't usually get televised. I mean, you get them sometimes, but you don't see this every day.
No. No. This is not normal.
The most state that broadcast the most preliminary hearings I've seen was Michigan.
Wait until they move those appliances. Let's see what the last owners left to you. Oh, thanks, Gail. Thanks for that visual. I am just thank you.
And I think Judge Simpson preside over a lot of it.
All right. We have a couple of hours left, so we got to skedaddle through this.
8.1 is admitted into evidence and may be published.
Judge, let me speak with regards to that. With regards to the 1102 statement prepared by Mr. Farnsworth in its redacted form, we believe that the presumption is this is a public record and that it should be published both here in court and made available to the public by virtue of the camera.
Ms. Nestor.
I just stand on the objection I made before, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Looking at the same analysis, it is admissible under Rule 1102 as well as Article 1, Section 12 of the Utah Constitution. And being that the person's identifying information is redacted and not viewable, I'm going to overrule the objection, the standing objection, and have it published both in court and maybe published by the media. So let's just get it situated. And what I'll have you do to the representative of the state, pause on the screen and then in 10 seconds scroll down to the full text portion and then 10 seconds later, just slowly scroll to the remainder of the document. Thank you.
Go get a straw. Well, you can't have any without a straw. That day, I provided SBI with 4 videos through Google Drive. They were taken by me and my team at the UVU event. These videos were provided to SBI, or a true and correct representation of what took place at UVU. Regarding the clip labeled as TPUSA footage of crowd and behind Charlie, I have reviewed, and from what I see is a true and correct representation of a portion of the larger files I previously sent.
Cool.
All right, you can continue.
Man.
Well, hold on. She's still going through it. She's going to show you
You're talking to me.
Well, I should have clarified. Thank you. Mr. Sturgill.
Judge, thank you. I appreciate that. Agent Hull, have you personally, so the video that's referenced in Mr. Farnsworth's 1102 statement, have you watched that visual impulse video?
Yes.
And
I'm
what
going to
is
go get the
depicted in
littlest
that video?
straw. I will be right back.
It's a view from the cameras that Visual Impulse had established at the event, actually looking out from the stage into the crowd. It too is graphic in nature and shows the moment that Mr. Kirk is shot.
Okay. Does it also show Mr. Kirk throwing hats out into the crowd? Do you recall?
If my recollection serves, Mr. Kirk used to do that at the beginning of his events, and I believe the video does show him engaging with the crowd prior to becoming seated on the stage.
Okay. Judge, at this point, the state would seek to admit what's been marked State's Exhibit 8.
Objection.
With regards to publication, Judge, it's our position that it not be published here in the courtroom and that it not be published so that the cameras can display it.
Thank you, Mr. Sturgill. Turning to Ms. Nestor.
Your Honor, we would just renew our objections to authentication for admissibility purposes under 901 for the reason that I mentioned in the 1102, which is, someone prepared these clips. We don't know.
It's a
we
metal
don't have
straw.
a person here to cross-examine in terms of what, if anything, was edited. And for that reason, we think it can't be authenticated and we object to its admissibility.
Shut
and our
up.
standing objection for constitutional grounds.
And I'm not ignoring you, Spawn. I'm just having a hard time
Just
getting
one moment
through
here.
this with my own mental
Would you like me to
capacity, so
Yes,
I'm
please.
ignoring chat.
Just with regards to authentication, again, the state must produce evidence sufficient to support a finding the item is what the proponent claims it to be. And again, under subsection B1, it's sufficient to provide testimony from some.
And I'm going to skip this because this is the same thing he describes every time. And it's kind of like going through a court document and talking about the same, skipping that same portion every time,
They make the same.
because it's the same argument every time.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to skip through his argument because we've heard this argument before.
That has, you heard Agent Holt testify to that they contract is going to, or seeks to introduce a video that was captured by to authenticate it.
And this is State's Exhibit 8. It relates to publication, citing to Article 1, Section 28, 1A, that this is Declaration of Rights of Crime Victims, and it states to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity. And to those 2 points of respect and dignity, the court is not publishing this in the courtroom, nor is it being published, obviously, online. But the court will watch it in court. And again, to the parties, if you could, protect your screens however you choose to, and then I'll check to see when we're ready, and then we'll have it played. So turning to defense, all right, I see a head nod, yes. And let's go ahead and play this video only on the monitors, and if there's sound associated with it, the sound to be played as well. And you may proceed.
That's all that really mattered. The judge is the only person that mattered in this thing.
Yeah.
Not the public, not the attorney.
And once again, pay attention to what the judge,
Dogs.
like,
I
look at his expression.
Mommy, I
Like, you can see,
see.
You can tell he's trying to be stone faced, but
it's not working.
I want it.
Like, you could look at this.
See this.
Right there.
Right there.
That you know exactly what happened in that video.
Hey, how?
You know exactly what happened in that video. That was the shot.
Mama.
Everybody knows what just happened there. Like, and the judge tried his best, but at the same time, he's human.
yeah, that goes to human nature. You don't
You can see how and this is at 1.5 speed, but you can see how uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you just Spawn, you need to go live so that Dad can
that
have a
concludes
laugh. This
today's
defense
executive
attorney
order.
has him
Mr.
beside
Sturgill, you may
himself.
proceed.
Thank you, Judge. So any additional video that was collected by either you or another member of the SBA?
Yes, the campus itself, UVU, is very well equipped with cameras throughout, and they were willing to work with us to provide video from those cameras, and so that was collected as part of the investigation also.
Here we go again.
With regards to the UVU surveillance video, do you know if video was collected from there behind where Mr. Kirk was seated at the time that he was shot?
Yes, I'm aware that under the Hall of Flags there is I'll refer to it as a breezeway, but a way for people to move from one side into the amphitheater walking underneath the Hall of Flags, and I know there was a camera situated in that location.
Okay. And do you know, with regards to that camera view, well, let me ask you this. So that particular camera view, there was surveillance that was provided to you or another agent from UVU?
Correct.
Okay. And do you recall who provided that video to you initially and who collected it?
Initially, I don't know specifically for that video, but I know that whole process was overseen by Mr. Olson, who's responsible for that system.
Okay. Do you have a first name for Mr. Olson?
Curtis Olson.
I'm sorry?
Curtis Olson.
Okay. And do you know what Mr. Olson or Curtis Olson's position is at UVU?
I believe he's a director.
And is it his job to basically gather and forward any video that's captured by UVU?
He has a long title, but I think it's Director of Infrastructure, but he is responsible for that system.
Okay. With regards to this particular video, the video from underneath the Hall of Flags, what, if anything, have you done with that video in preparation for today's hearing?
I went specifically to meet Mr. Olson, have him review the video that we had, and again, like with the others, I had him complete an 1102 statement for us, describing his role and verifying the videos. I did that on July 2nd of this year.
July 2nd of this year?
Correct.
Okay.
Stop.
Give me just one moment.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Actually, I'm going to correct myself on that if I can refer back to my notes.
Okay, please, yes. Your notes, you have them there with you again?
Yes,
And referencing them will help you refresh your memory?
it will, yes.
Okay, so don't read from it out loud, just look at it and let us know when you've refreshed your memory.
Apologies, July 2nd seemed a little bit too soon. It was June 24th when I met with Mr. Olson.
Okay. And you personally met with Mr. Olson?
I did, yes.
Okay. And did you personally review this particular video, the Hall of Flags video with Mr. Olson?
Yes,
Okay. And he prepared a written statement?
he did, yes.
And on that statement, was that a bureau-provided statement form?
It was, yes.
Okay. And on that statement, do you recall whether it includes an advisory that his written statement would be used in lieu of his live testimony?
It did, yes.
Did it also include a warning that if he provided a false statement on that form, that he could be punished with a Class A misdemeanor?
It did, yes.
Okay.
Spawn, I have to go into the
Is there something displayed
YouTube
on your screen
chat,
right
so
now?
give me a minute.
There is, yes. It's
Okay, it should
Exhibit
be
12.3.
Yeah, it should be what's been marked as State's Exhibit 12.3. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes, it's the State Bureau of Investigations 1102 statement completed by Mr. Olson.
Does it appear to be in the same condition as when you collected it?
It does, yes.
Mr. State would seek to admit what's been marked State's Exhibit 12.3.
Ms. Nestor.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would again renew our concern about hearsay and our constitutional
Yes.
concerns about that raised in
No.
our standing objection. Also, the concern
Once again, I'm going to skip her crap because it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Once again.
same objection.
is that the individual basically states they verified the recordings, but doesn't say how, doesn't say them. There's occasion to
Judge, again, the State's position is that this written statement was collected in compliance with Rule 11 and the admonition. It is his job.
Same
basically,
argument
presented
over and over again.
Yeah.
And if you could scroll down to the same analysis for 1102 under Rule 1102, as well as Article 1, Section 28 of the Utah Constitution. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Under Article 1, Section 12 of the Utah Constitution, that final.
It's hearsay, technically speaking, because he's not the one that took the video. The person testifying is not the person who took the video or the person who authenticated the video. So it is technically hearsay because it's, well, this person told me that they did it.
Yeah, in a trial, this objection will work.
Yes. And that's the difference between a trial and a probable cause hearing. Hearsay is allowed in a probable cause hearing because you only need probable cause to bound someone over for trial. In a trial, hearsay is not allowed in a trial. That's why you will hear objection hearsay all the time from lawyers. That's kind of one of the most foundation and hearsay are two of the most common objections that I hear when I watch a trial. However, she keeps objecting that this is hearsay when they've already objected to this multiple times. They objected to hearsay being allowed in the probable cause hearing weeks
He's
ago.
already ruled.
The judge
The
denied it
Utah
weeks
Supreme
ago.
Court has already ruled.
They
Everybody,
so for those of you who don't know or haven't been watching anything else in this saga, the judge, the defense had already requested that hearsay not be allowed in the probable cause hearing months ago. The judge denied it. They appealed it to the Utah Supreme Court, and last week the Utah Supreme Court also told them no. And here they are, still objecting to something that has been ruled on by the Utah Supreme Court. Which is why it's frustrating, because one, hearsay is allowed in probable cause hearings all over the country for thousands of cases every day. This is not them. This is not a new issue that is specific to them, and they are treating this like they are the only people who are being affected by hearsay.
and even if it wasn't
I don't know if
allowed,
in the fucking world for this.
even if it wasn't allowed, he's not going to overrule the Utah Supreme Court. He can't do that.
And it's this. And all she has to say is standing objection, hearsay, if she wants to appeal it to a higher court.
I would be like, may I have a continuing objection so I don't got to keep standing up objecting?
Yeah, Dad says Utah must combine a probable cause and Florida evidentiary hearing into the same hearing. Florida separates them. They had an evidentiary hearing like 2 weeks ago.
I think what they're saying is that magistrate, because I know I had the same question, like, will he get a new judge? But apparently in Utah, he can rule on a probable cause, and he can also preside over the trial. So he doesn't get a new judge. Right?
Jeffrey, it's treated as hearsay in the sense of he's not the one who took the video. So it... Yeah, it's almost cute, as like a kid learned a new word and says it all the time, except they're an adult and supposed to be a trained lawyer.
Kind of like my little cutter with that 6'7". I got so tired of that.
I don't understand it. I don't care.
Me neither.
The only 6'7" that matters to me is 8675309, and if you don't know that, you are too young.
Paragraph. The court overrules the objection and admits State's Exhibit 12.3 as it relates to publication. Mr. Sturgill.
Judge, with regards to publication, in this particular exhibit, it's the state's position that the presumption is that it's a public record, and we would ask that it be published both here in the courtroom and that the cameras be allowed to capture it and publish it as well.
All right, Ms. Nesser.
Objection.
Nothing additional, Your Honor.
I know the standing objection from defense.
Okay.
And given in the court's previous analysis for other 1102s, the court is going to publish it both in the courtroom and so it can be captured by the media.
Jeffrey,
what we'll do
poor
is the
Jenny.
same thing. We'll start at the top.
You got it. You
Pause
old
for
like
10
me.
seconds and go to this middle section, and we'll pause about 20 seconds because there is a little bit, it is more dense, and then we'll scroll down to the very bottom for about 10 seconds, and then that will conclude that. So it's now on screen, and let's go from there. You can scroll down.
All right. And services is basically just their affidavit that they are the one who recorded or have the recorded files, and they are the one who provided it to. I've reviewed State's Exhibit 12, and the recordings are true and accurate.
Yeah, that's just like your standard certificate of service type.
Yep. We're just not having, we're just not going through, and yeah. There we go.
He references more than one video, does he not?
He does, yes.
Okay. So you, with regards to the Hall of Flags video, have you seen that particular video?
I have, yes.
Okay. And that video, what does it depict?
It's a view kind of.
They had they've had multiple hearings, and this is what's bizarre to me is they've had, I want to say 4 or 5 hearings in this case. Flash fan?
4 or 5 hearings in this case. No, they had more than 4 or 5.
Okay, they've had some I've streamed, some I haven't, because
they've had hearings ever since this case broke. Most of them been challenging cameras, and
the latest evidentiary hearing was like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
The latest one was June. Excluded his ruling. I think it was June 12th.
Yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago. It was to have the Utah County Prosecutor's Office testify about their communications with the media. So it's just it's been a shit show. As if everything else
So
in the
far,
last month or two hasn't been a shit show. This has been an absolute shit show from the very start.
so far they try to get the Utah County Attorney's Office disqualified, camera excluded, capital punishment taken off, and contempt proceedings.
It's so bad.
And hearsay
If,
excluded.
looking what would be east, under the breezeway towards the back of the stage where Mr. Kirk was situated. It shows some movement behind the stage area, and I believe through the gaps you can see some of the crowd in the amphitheater.
I think I've neglected to do this twice before, so I'm going to do it right this time. Would you please bring up without pushing play? Tell me when you see something on your screen.
It's on my screen.
Okay. Do you recognize what's depicted in that still image?
I do, yes.
What is that?
It's the area underneath the Hall of Flags that I referred to as the breezeway.
Okay. And is this
This trial probably won't be till 2028.
No, they're gonna drag it. This is gonna be like a Corey Richards, Courtney Quinney, or Sarah Boone. Where it's gonna drag out a pretrial for years before going to trial.
It's so ridiculous. And then they're probably gonna pull a Koberger and take a plea deal at the very last second.
Yeah, the eve of trial.
the beginning of the video that Mr.
It is, yes.
Okay, that Mr. Olson provided you?
Yes.
Judge, the state would seek, the state asks or seeks to admit Exhibit 9. With regards to publication, this is another video that, due to its sensitive, the nature and the graphic nature of the video, we'd ask that it not be published here in the courtroom, nor published in any way that the media camera can capture it. And following your reasoning, Judge, out of deference to the victims and the victims' rights, to have this type of information protected.
Ms. Nestor.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would object on our standing objection grounds,
I'm gonna skip
constitutional
this.
issues in terms
Oh,
of
crap.
the
Banner that you see depicted in Exhibit 9 is Mr. Kirk.
Approximately dead center.
Okay.
He's on a stage, so he's slightly raised in relation to the bottom of that banner, and then he's seated in the middle of the stage, so approximately in the center.
And how many, if you know,
Sorry, I'm
what's the
skipping
distance
her
between
objection
the
to
banner
the same crap.
and then where Mr. Kirk is seated in front of that banner, if I'm understanding you correctly?
I don't know specifically. If I had to estimate, I would say 3 to 5 feet.
Okay, so close to that banner.
Yes.
Okay, I also believe towards the end of that exhibit, well, let me ask you this. If you know, what happened to Mr. Kirk immediately after he was shot?
My recollection is that Mr. Kirk's detail, his own security team, removed him from the scene whilst administering first aid, and they conducted what would be called a hasty transport to Timpanogos Hospital.
Okay, before you go any further, that Mr. Kirk being picked up by his own security, is that portrayed in the video? In Exhibit 9, I'm sorry?
It's kind of on the left side. You can see Mr. Kirk come around the left side of the back of that Kirk being carried down the left side of the video under that breezeway.
Okay. And then you said that he was, that there was quick transport, is that the language you used?
A hasty transport.
Hasty transport, what does that mean?
Just they were trying to get him to medical care as quickly as possible, so I believe he was thrown into one of the team's vehicles and then transported to the hospital, as opposed to waiting for an ambulance.
And I think you already stated, but let's just be clear. Do you know which hospital he was transported to?
I believe it's referred to as Timpanogos Regional.
Okay. And do you know if he was treated there at the hospital?
He was, yes.
Okay. Do you know whether or not he was pronounced dead there at the Timpanogos Hospital?
He was, yes.
And how do you know that?
The medical examiner had an investigator that responded to the scene, and I spoke with him, and he informed me that he was at the hospital when Mr. Kirk was pronounced deceased.
Okay. And that the medical investigator that you spoke to, do you know the name of that person?
Bullock, I believe, Officer Bullock, but if I can refresh my recollection.
If it'll help, if you have it in your notes, it will help you refresh your memory. Go ahead and look at that. Again, don't read from it out loud.
It is Officer Bullock, yes.
Okay. And he is a peace officer?
He functions as a law enforcement officer, and he works also for the medical examiner as a death investigator.
Okay. Do you know whether Mr. Kirk was autopsied by the Utah Medical Examiner's Office?
Yes, an autopsy was conducted by the medical examiner's office.
Do you know when and by
Look
whom?
at that.
Yes, it was late into the
People, there was even conspiracies that he didn't have an autopsy. Look at that. See what happens when you wait until you hear shit in court?
Yep.
Oh my God. You find out the facts, people. I hate conspiracy theories, but this is the problem with non-transparency. Is, as we've established it multiple times before, the brain has to come up with a story. So if you do not give people some level of transparency, the brain will come up with stories. And
I've
when you
learned
have
that
people
the
that are
hard
mentally
way.
ill in this country, they come up with some crazy shit.
I learned that the hard way, not to listen to media. I learned that in the Carmelo Anthony stuff. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and Volusia one, there's been some like 200 and some odd pretrial motions already, or docket entries.
It's 6. I think it's 600 now.
600 and something, and this is 10 months. So I have to look at the actual number, but
And that's not even counting the stuff that was filed under the seal and the stuff that was appealed to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
Evening
of
of
wasted
September
time.
10th, or it may even have gone through into the morning of September 11th.
And do you know who
I'm going to
conducted
refresh
that
my
autopsy?
recollection because of the pronunciation, if you don't mind.
If it would help you refresh your memory, that'd be great. Again, don't read it out loud. Look at it. Let me know when you've done that, and then we'll go from there.
Dr. Guajado, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Okay. You wanna spell that last
Yes, Guajado.
Your Honor, if this is not personal knowledge, we object to the hearsay if someone told him all of this. I don't believe this individual was present at the autopsy, so we object to any testimony.
For the report itself. I
Stop
think this is all
with the
information
fucking
that's included
hearsay
on the report.
objections.
So as it hasn't been moved into evidence
said
just
hearsay?
yet, I'm not making a ruling. If you wish to lay more foundation, that's fine. Your choice.
So you are aware that the medical examiner's office did conduct an autopsy?
High five.
I am, yes.
And did you receive a report from the medical examiner's office
I did, yes.
You say Kathy Nestor
detailing
is stupid.
the autopsy that was performed?
Oh, yes. Prior to receiving the report, myself and Agent Davis visited with the doctor.
Okay, you visited personally with the doctor that conducted the autopsy?
That's correct.
Okay. And then subsequent to that, and did you discuss the autopsy with the doctor at that point in time when you were meeting with him personally?
Yes, Agent Davis and I had a fairly in-depth conversation, yes.
And where did that conversation take place?
At the medical examiner's office.
Okay, do you recall the date and time that that personal visit took place?
I don't recall.
Was it within
It was soon after, within a few days of the incident.
of the autopsy?
Yes.
Okay. And subsequent to that visit, did you receive a report from that doctor that you visited with?
We did, yes.
Okay. And that's the Dr. Guajardo that you're struggling to pronounce his name. Is that
Yeah, I
correct?
apologize, but yes, that's who it is.
And the report that was sent to you, do you recall when you received that report?
I don't recall the specific date.
Okay. Have you reviewed that report?
Yes.
Have you, again, you stated earlier that this is not the first murder investigation that you've worked.
Correct.
Okay. I take it this is not the first medical examiner's report you've received.
Correct.
Okay. Do the reports typically look the same?
Yes, they're in a standard format that the medical examiner uses.
Okay. And this report that you received,
Yes.
from who you believe was the doctor you spoke to,
Yes.
that conducted the medical exam, was there anything peculiar about that particular report that stood out to you?
No, it appeared to be a standard form as used by the medical examiner when they send us reports.
Okay. On your monitor, Exhibit 11. I'm going to have displayed what's been marked State's Exhibit number 11, Judge, for identification.
Right.
And I believe there's 9 pages. So let me know when you see that on your screen.
It's on the screen.
Okay. What I'd like you to do is just look at this as it scrolls down through the 9 pages and wait till we get to the very end. And if you need us to pause or stop or slow down, let us know. I want you to be able to look at all 9 pages.
Dad.
Like that.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
What is that?
That's the medical examiner's report of examination for Mr. Kirk.
Yeah, do you recall, you don't recall exactly when you received that?
I don't unfortunately remember the specific date when I received it.
Do you remember how you received it?
Then provided to us electronically.
Okay. Via email?
Sometimes via email, also on disk, compact disk.
Okay. And does there appear to be anything in the exhibit before you? Has that report changed at all? Or does it accurately depict what you received initially from the doctor?
It accurately depicts it.
Does the state would seek to admit Exhibit 11?
Ms. Nestor.
Your Honor, this is an expert report without the expert being present, being offered by an individual who's not an expert in this field. If they're presenting him as an expert in this field based on the limited questions about his experience in seeing previous medical exam records, I'd like to voir dire him on his qualifications to opine about it. This is hearsay.
At least it's
highly
different.
technical. It should be presented only through an expert. It could never come in trial in any other way. We submit that it is hearsay. And to the extent they're going to ask this individual about any opinions about it, that would be improper. He's not qualified to do that. And furthermore, we just think that this is clearly falling under our constitutional concerns about the absence of our ability to be effective to cross-examine, to question we can't even question the expert's experience or CV or anything that we would normally do to determine if this should even be accepted or considered by the court. And so we strenuously object to.
Speaking objection, and yet she's been making speaking objections.
Yeah, right. You did say at the very beginning, no speaking objections, and yet here we are. I think he needs to put his foot down. Or
This judge is not the street. He's the nicest. I think Andrea Burkhart classified it in one of the hearings I watched that she covered. The battle of the politeness, where the attorneys are polite and the judge like, well, I understand your position. I just want to see how this can be done.
and I understand being polite-ish, but like you also need to put your fucking foot down. If I hear hearsay one more time, I'm gonna start drinking again. That's all right. I'm trying to empty out the fridge, and when I was emptying out the fridge, I have Seagrams from the 4th of July, like the little like Jamaican Me Happy and all that. And the little handed me a strawberry daiquiri one this morning off the table, and I'm like, no. I'm not day drinking. But right now, that's looking pretty damn tempting.
You know what would be fun? Every time she said objection, hearsay, take the shot.
No, we'd all die. I will not contribute to the one. I don't have a babysitter right now, and I am not going to. I will have a drink when my daughter is around, a drink. However, I will not get toasty without someone else present to, watch my child.
Yeah.
However, I am also not going to contribute to the alcohol poisoning of my chat. Because we cannot.
Yeah, nah. Every time she said objection, hearsay every 5 minutes.
At least this is a different one.
Yeah.
I say stop.
Okay. All right.
Its admission and for all those reasons to its publication as well. There's some really personal things in there that should never be published that deal with Mr. Kirk's medical condition, history, the condition of his body. It shouldn't be published here.
What do you care about Mr. Kirk?
Judge Wright, this is clearly reliable hearsay admissible under Rule 1102 of the Utah Rules of Evidence. I'm directing you specifically to subsection B5. 5 specifically states medical and autopsy reports and records. Again, that is supported by Article 1, Section 12 of the Utah Constitution, which states that reliable hearsay can be relied upon at preliminary examination in whole or in part.
And to the second part in regards to publication.
As far as the publication, Judge, we agree with Ms. Nestor. This is a document that does contain very sensitive information and information that Mr. Kirk's family would appreciate it not being published. And so, although we seek to admit it, we'd ask that it not be published here in the courtroom or that it be published in any fashion or way that the public can see it by virtue of the camera.
Ms. Nestor.
Your Honor, I just want to point out that even though 1102 has a provision about exams, I mean, the court still has the overarching mission under 1102 to make this reliability finding, right? And it's just completely in a vacuum being offered by someone who's a police officer. So again, we would just argue that you're just not, it's hampering you from making the analysis you need to make to admit it, and we object to it.
All right, anything further from the parties?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir.
All right. So again, relying upon the analysis on Utah Constitution, Article 1, Section 12, as it relates to reliable hearsay, and then turning to Utah Rules of Evidence, Rule 1102.
I don't know. I'm going to survive this
B5,
crowd, man.
specifically notes medical and autopsy reports and records. The court is going to overrule the objection and admit State's Exhibit, I believe it's 11.
11, yes, sir.
Citing to Utah Constitution, Article 1, Section 28, dignity, portion of respect and dignity. It will not be published either in the courtroom or viewable on media by the camera, for the reasons previously stated as it relates to the video. And so the court will receive it, and it is admitted into evidence. And that concludes that portion. Mr. Sturgill, is this a good point to stop to take our 15-minute afternoon break?
I think it'd be a great idea, Judge. I've just got one last question.
All right.
With respect to the medical examiner's report. Agent Hull, in that report, does the doctor relate cause and manner of death?
He does, yes.
Okay. And in that report, what is the stated cause of death?
It was stated as a murder.
And manner of death?
It was a gunshot wound to the neck.
I object. It's not stated as a murder. I believe it's stated as a homicide, which.
Oh my fucking God.
Dang! What are you talking about? Wow.
I understand they are two different words. However, Jesus. And
Nobody can
and
be
Kathy Nestor wonders why people don't like her. That right there is why people don't like her.
Is an important distinction.
Judge, I'll go back and correct that.
All right, so I'm going to sustain. Well, first of all, let me look at the report. I need to see that section. I need to be able to.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Could you repeat that? I apologize.
As it relates to your objection for the misstatements, are you looking at page 1 of the report?
Rule 2. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to sustain the objection as it relates to the manner of death. It does not say murder, but in regards to the best evidence rule, again under 1102 and the Utah Constitution that permits reliable hearsay, it is State's Exhibit 11 is admitted. Mr. Sturgill.
Agent Hull, I'm going to ask you to look at the first page of Exhibit 11. No?
Yes.
See that?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you again, and you can look at it.
Yeah.
And would you mind relating what the doctor reports as the manner of death?
Yes, I misspoke. It does say homicide.
And then the immediate cause of death.
Gunshot wound of the neck.
Nothing further, Judge. Well, at this moment, I think it'd be a great
Baby
idea to take
years,
15
baby
break.
years.
All right, we'll go ahead and
I'm
go on
pretty
break. We'll come back
sure
at
that her first
3:25
phrase was
and
going to be,
resume
for fuck's sake. So,
with this
you
witness
know,
at that time. Court is in a brief recess.
but she wonders why people don't like her. That is why people don't like you.
She claims in like filings that she got all sorts of threats and on her life and stuff like that.
I believe we were continuing with the proceed.
Thank you, Judge. So, Agent Hull, in addition to what you've already described, what, if anything else, did you do on the 10th of September 2025?
Primary focus was to identify the individual who'd been seen on the roof with the preliminary footage. And so there was a big effort to review as much of the video that we had available to us from both the public, but predominantly from Utah Valley University, in an effort to follow that individual both forward and backwards from the time of the shooting.
Okay. So if I understood you correctly, priority was to identify the shooter.
Yes.
And to that end, you started reviewing even more UVU video than you've already described?
Correct, yes.
What, if anything else, either did you do or happened initially that helped you identify who that shooter was?
So there was hundreds of hours of video that was reviewed, but the predominant focus, again, was on tracking the individual from the roof, either after the shooting had occurred or trying to trace the steps of the individual prior to the shooting.
Okay.
And we were able to do that through a combined effort of individuals. And the focus was having people reviewing video identify people who could fit the original description of the individual that jumped off the roof.
Okay. At that point, so at this point, approximately how many hours of UVU video do you think you personally had seen or watched?
Myself, maybe 10 or 20 hours of video.
Only
being
10 or
pulled in to
20.
look at different camera angles and different views of individuals. But there was a large team of people reviewing video.
Okay. Reviewing video?
Yeah, from UVU.
Or some of them SBI agents?
Yes, correct.
And combined, how much video do you think you watched that first day on the 10th?
It would be in the tens or hundreds of hours of video was reviewed.
Okay. Did anything else come along that helped you identify who that shooter might be?
Eventually on the evening of the 11th, we received word from Washington County that an individual in that area had reached out to law enforcement and was wanting to.
Washington County, where Mia Bailey's case was.
That it is. That it is. It's all like it. That there's just a few counties in Utah that have all the problems. Never hear about anything else from anywhere else in Utah, but this small select group of 4 or 5 counties.
Yeah, this area, Provo, seems to be popular. What area? American Fort, that's this area. Salt Lake, I think that's where Corey Richards was, in Washington County, where Mia Bailey is.
Mm-hmm.
Turn themselves in for the incident at UVU.
Okay. Yeah. Did you, at that point in time, did you receive a name from Washington County?
Yes, we did.
And what was that name?
Tyler Robinson.
What, if anything, did you do with that information?
Yeah,
the
he's
name
from
Tyler Robinson?
SBI.
That information was
the
given
State
to
Bureau of
our
Investigation.
SIAC, our State Information and Analysis Group, and they put together what we call a workup. So they would look at driver's license records, DMV records to determine addresses, obtain pictures of individuals, and then any associated vehicles or things like that.
So was that done with Mr. Robinson?
It was, yes.
Driver's license record was pulled?
Yes.
Did that include, if you remember, do you know, did that include a photograph of Mr. Robinson?
It did include a photograph of Mr. Robinson, yes.
How about an address and date of birth?
There was an address and a date of birth, and I believe a DMV record with an associated vehicle.
All right. So that DMV record did include a vehicle that was associated with Mr. Robinson?
Correct.
Okay. Do you remember what the make and model of the vehicle was that was tied to Mr. Robinson?
The Dodge Challenger.
Anything else beyond that you remember?
It was silver in color, and I believe there were 2 registered owners of the vehicle.
Okay. And who were the registered owners?
Mr. Robinson and then his mother.
Do you recall whether or not a date of birth was included in that driver's license information that you got initially?
Yeah, I believe the actual driver's license record was shared, so it would have included a date of birth.
All right. With with Tyler Robinson's personal information, were you able to expand your search at all?
Yes, once we knew a vehicle that we were looking for and we had an actual image of the individual, then we were able to use that video footage to try and track that specific individual.
Okay, and I'm sorry, let me clarify. So when I said expand your search, I'm referencing the UVU surveillance video.
Yes, we were able to.
Okay. And were you able to identify in that expanded search, did you believe you located that Challenger?
We did, yes.
Okay. Were you able to determine at what time or times Mr. Robinson visited the UVU campus on September 10th?
Yeah, we were able to establish that Mr. Robinson had been on campus approximately 4 times throughout the day, twice before the shooting, the time of the shooting, and then after the shooting later in the evening into the early hours of the 11th.
You You said that you initially tracked the shooter forward and backward
Yes.
with UVU surveillance video.
Correct.
Okay. Did you do the same thing with that vehicle?
We did, yes.
Okay. Tracked it forward and backward?
Yes, using the UVU footage and additional information that was obtained, yes.
And I believe you said that in total, Mr. Robinson visited the UVU campus 4 times that day.
Yes, that's correct.
And let's just be clear, that's all based on UVU surveillance video. Is that fair to say?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Have you reviewed what's been marked States Exhibit 12.1 for identification?
I have, yes.
Okay. And but before we go there, of the video that you have personally watched, does the video include the 10th and the 11th, or just the 10th?
The video I've seen includes the 10th and then a very small portion, I think, about 0:30 of the 11th.
Okay. And I think you said initially you watched about 20 hours of video.
Yes.
Since that time, have you watched additional video?
Yes.
UVU surveillance video?
Yes.
Okay. And who provided the UVU surveillance video to you?
That was part of the collection of videos that was provided by Mr. Olson and his team that we already discussed previously.
Okay. Of all the hours of video that you've watched, did you have an idea of how many hours include Mr. Robinson or his vehicle?
Just with UVU or in
Just with
total?
UVU, I'm sorry.
Just with UVU would probably be about 16 hours.
And let's be clear, this is someone you believe to be Tyler Robinson.
Correct.
Okay. And this person that you've identified as Tyler Robinson, that you've been investigating, that you viewed in the numerous hours of video from UVU, would you recognize that person if you were in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Is he in the courtroom today?
He is, yes.
Would you point him out and describe something that he's wearing?
Your Honor, we object to unduly suggestive in-court identification for constitutional grounds.
What? How?
Oh my
Do you wish to specify under the constitutional? I'm trying to understand your objections. I want to make sure I fully understand.
Your Honor, I think there's some, I'll
doesn't
defer
get
to
it.
Mr. Bird if he wants to jump in, but I believe there's a long line of case law that says, and you ask someone to identify the defendant when they're the only person, sitting at the,
Shut up. bitch.
Judge, he looked at the DMV records and has been able to determine what car that person drives. He's also looked at surveillance video that he believes depicts this Tyler Robinson. And I've simply asked him if that person that he has seen, both in driver's license photos and the surveillance video, if that person is here in the courtroom today. And I don't know that that's unduly prejudicial or suggestive. It's the routine. I don't know of any other way to do it other than the way I just did it, Judge.
All right, well, I wanted to verify the format of the question. I remembered it in my mind, but Ms. Nestor, was that an accurate portrayal of the question that was asked? Yes. Okay.
Mr. Robinson is in plain clothes. Well, he's in
Counsel,
plain
please approach
clothes.
the bench.
Oh, good Lord.
This got to be some type of strategy or something. Nobody can be this dumb.
Nobody is this fucking ridiculous. Even look at the lawyer for the media. He's like, what the actual fuck?
Even
Right,
a pro se defendant is better than this.
Based off of what's been presented in court, I'm not finding that particular question as previously posed as suggestive. I find for the purposes of this hearing only that in-court identification by Agent Hull of Mr. Robinson has been made. Again, this only relates to the preliminary hearing, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Agent Hull, have you reviewed what's been marked States Exhibit 12.1 for identification?
I have, yes.
And where did you review that video?
It was provided to me. I reviewed it on my computer in my office.
Okay. And is that the first time that you've seen this particular video footage?
This particular version of the footage, yes.
Okay. So this particular version the first time, but have you seen the video that comprises, I guess, Exhibit 12.1?
I have seen the original videos, if that's your question, yes.
So what is States Exhibit 12.1? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as a compilation of the video that we obtained from Utah Valley University during the course of the investigation that depicts the movements of the individual, I believe to be Mr. Robinson, moving around the campus on September 10th, 2025 into the morning of September 11th, 2025.
Did you prepare this video compilation?
I did not.
Okay. Do you know who did?
Yes, Utah County Attorney's Office. I believe Ms. Turfler is the one that produced the video.
Okay. Do you know Ms. Turfler's first name?
Kimberly?
Okay. What, if anything, did you do to authenticate the video in this compilation?
I reviewed the video to make sure that it was a reflection of what I understood the original videos to show.
Okay. What, if anything else, did you do?
I reviewed it. I know that there were some zooms and some changes to the footage.
Okay. Did you meet with Mr. Olson with regards to this particular video?
Yes, this video was also part of that original meeting with Mr. Olson for the prior exhibit, yes.
Okay. So at the same time, you sat down with Mr. Olson and discussed the prior exhibit. And let's just be clear which exhibit that is. So I believe the 1102 statement that you gathered from him is Exhibit 12.3, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So at the same time that you gathered that 12.3, or that written statement that is States Exhibit 12.3, you talked to him about this specific exhibit as well?
Yes, Mr. Olson was shown this exhibit.
Okay. And did he include that in that 1102 statement?
Yeah, I believe he specifically referenced the exhibit by name, stating that it was a true reflection of the footage from the campus.
Flashbang. That comment's for you.
And let's just go back to what you were stating earlier. To you, it appears to be a compilation of videos that you've already seen.
Correct.
Say.
Gives Pro Se more credit than Nestor.
I mean, at this point,
At this point, she could be a better lawyer than Nestor. Objecting to, do you see the person that you identified in the videos in the courtroom?
now I've not seen people object to it. I've seen people stipulate, Your Honor, we'll stipulate that this is the defendant. But objecting to it, that's new.
I got no words.
You received as a mass dump of gas, for lack of a better. Does it appear to be the same as the raw video that you've seen previously?
It does, yes.
Okay. Are there some minor? Are there any added additions or anything different about this particular exhibit?
There are some portions of the video where a zoom is initiated, which wasn't a function of the cameras. I believe some specific individuals have been blurred from the footage, and I believe there are some red circles to show poignant information or individuals within the footage itself.
Okay. So other than the red circles, the blur, and the zoom, does it appear to accurately depict what you've seen in the raw video footage?
I believe so, yes.
On your screen, I'm going to have displayed an image. Let me know when you see it. Is it there?
We're back, yeah.
Okay, we're back. So do you recognize what
We
this
back.
is?
Yeah, this is the first frame of the video compilation that we just referenced.
Okay. And again, this video portrays what you believe is Mr. Robinson visiting campus that day?
Correct.
Okay, and is it throughout the day?
It is, yes.
And then I believe you said into the early morning hours of the 11th, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Justice State would move to admit.
Snipe, we are not playing any drinking games because
Admissibility,
none of us have that kind of freaking alcohol tolerance. Although I did not have any hangovers this weekend, and I'm positive that the reasons why are because I had a migraine on Saturday morning, so I took Friday. I had a migraine on Friday, so I took my migraine medication before I started drinking, which I'm sure prevented my migraine or my hangover on Saturday,
It nullified it.
which I'm pretty sure prevented my hangover on Sunday, because the party I went to on Saturday was a birthday party for a 4-year-old. However, Baby Squid and I were the only people there that didn't speak Spanish, and the food was spicy, and so were the drinks. That's all I'm gonna say.
That authentic Mexican food.
Oh yes, it was delicious. It was so good. It was so good.
I love Mexican food. I don't think I ever had any authentic stuff. I only had like Taco Bell with my family.
And I'm skipping where he's just talking about this because it's the same crap over and over and over again.
Hearsay objection and utilization, Article 1, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm doing the 5 seconds at a time, so you can still see the
Caption.
the closed captioning, just in case you want to stop it and actually read it.
Captured by UVU surveillance video, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. The fourth visit, well, the fourth visit too was captured by UVU surveillance video, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Together?
Was there any other video that was collected either on the 10th or the 11th that
I love you both.
you believe might be important or relevant to today's hearing?
There was a large amount of video.
I've
Let me be
tried.
a little bit more specific.
I'm horrible.
Was there,
I
other
took
than
German in
UVU
high
surveillance
school.
video, was there
I tell
any
people
other
I
video that you collected
barely speak English,
and
but
subsequently
that's just my-
gathered an 1102 statement for?
Yes, we collected ring
That's
doorbell
true,
footage from
too.
the surrounding neighborhoods.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did that include video from a residence located at 680 West, 925 South Orem?
Yes, that's in the horseshoe area. Yep,
Okay. That's in Orem?
correct.
And close to campus?
It is, yes.
Okay. And what can you tell us about that video?
There was a ring doorbell video that was provided that showed a vehicle consistent with the one we had identified as belonging to Mr. Robinson, parking in front of the residence across the street.
Okay. And what can you tell us about the timing and the timing of that parked vehicle?
Very valid
If I
point.
recall, that vehicle parked approximately 0:38 hours on the morning of the 11th.
Okay. So 0:38 hours. What time is that to regular people?
12:38
Just after
a.m.
midnight
At 12:38 a.m.
in the morning, yes.
Okay. So how did
Okay, this is just me being a nitpicky bitch. I hate when people go 12:38 in a.m. in the morning. It's like, what do you think a.m. is, people? Either say 12:38 a.m. or 12:38 in the morning. Do not say a.m. in the morning. That is one way to get under my skin in 2.5 seconds.
this video come to your attention?
Do we
You're
know
talking
that
about
I've
this
said
doorbell
that
or whatever.
before?
This footage was obtained as part of the canvass of the area that was conducted as part of the investigation.
Were you able to identify the owners of that residence
Yes,
where that video was collected from?
correct.
Okay. And do you know who it was collected from and by whom?
It was Mr. and Mrs. Noble. I believe Agent Davis collected the video directly from them.
Okay. And do you know what date it was collected?
If I can.
I wonder
refresh my
where
memory.
Robert-
If referring to your notes, we'll refresh your memory. Go ahead and look at that. Don't read it out loud.
I don't think his family's in the courtroom.
I don't have the specific date, but I do know that myself and Agent Davis returned to the address as we had done with previous videos and had the owners of the video verify that it was from their system. And we did have them complete an 1102 statement, which would be dated.
Okay. Do you know? So let's talk about this. What does this video look like?
It's a nighttime view looking from the front porch of the residence across the street.
Okay. And what about that video? Why was this particular video significant to you, or why do you think it was related to this case?
We know from the UVU footage that the person we believe to be Mr. Robinson had an interaction with law enforcement, and a short period after that, the vehicle comes to that house, and some additional evidence that was collected from cell phone data and things indicated that Mr. Robinson was in the area, and we were able to locate the footage of his vehicle on that Ring doorbell camera.
Or at least what you believe is his vehicle.
The vehicle we believe to belong to Mr. Robinson, yes.
And is there something about this particular video and this I guess vehicle that was captured that leads you to believe that it was Mr. Robinson's vehicle?
Yeah, the vehicle has very distinct wheels. I won't say that they're wholly unique, but in terms of the video footage that we were reviewing, the wheels on the vehicle are fairly unique and stand out on the video footage.
And so again, this is video that you received early on in the investigation.
Yes,
And then in preparation for the preliminary hearing, you went back out and you met with someone about this video.
correct.
Who specifically did you meet with about this video?
Met with Mrs. Noble.
And what did you do with Miss Noble?
We did what we'd done before. We had a specific file that we wanted, or files that we wanted her to verify. The footage itself is broken into, I believe, 10-second segments. So we had specific files that we had her view and confirm that they were actually from her system. Those were written on the 1102 as they have been before.
Okay. And who wrote those file names on this particular statement?
I believe it would be my handwriting on the 1102.
All right. What did you do next?
We had her view the videos and then complete a statement verifying the authenticity of those videos on the 1102.
Okay. Was this also prepared on a State Bureau form?
I believe this was on a State Bureau Investigations form, yes.
And in this particular form on which Ms. Noble provided her statement, does it have the advisory that it would be used in lieu of her testimony here today?
It does, yes.
Does it also contain a warning that if she gave a false statement, she would be punished, or it's punishable by Class A misdemeanor?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to have displayed on your monitor what's been marked State's Exhibit Number 13 for identification. Let me know when you see that, would you?
I can see that.
Okay. And I'm going to have my assistant scroll through that slowly. Okay. Do you recognize that?
I do, yes.
What is that?
It's the 1102 that myself and Agent Davis collected from Miss Noble.
Okay. And does it appear to be in the same condition as when you collected it?
It does, yes.
This is a copy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the personal identifying information appears to be redacted, is that right?
It has been redacted, yes.
Okay. It wasn't redacted when you collected it, right?
No, the original form is not redacted.
So other than the redactions, it appears to be in the same condition as it was when you collected it.
That is correct.
State would move to admit Exhibit 13.
Ms. Nestor.
Jackson.
I know we renew our concern about unconstitutional hearsay being admitted. We also have this whole
Is the State Constitution, Article 1, Section 12.
Do you wish
Agent Hold, and did you sit?
rule of evidence which allows for defense videos and the notation foundation has been laid to publication. I will again fall down. Has been displayed.
The day she does not object to hearsay, she's sick.
All right, that concludes.
Had you previously, well, you've stated that the videos that you showed, the Nobles, were actually more than one video.
Correct.
Okay, and I believe you said they were like 10-second clips,
If I recall correctly,
short
yes.
clips. Okay. And you showed Ms. Noble all of those videos that are identified in that statement.
The one shown on the statement was shown to Miss Noble, yes.
Okay. Have you had a chance to review what's been marked
You're
State's
right, I
Exhibit
was
number
muted.
12.2?
Yes.
Okay, and
Just know every time that she she objects to anything, I'm just gonna skip through it because it's the same damn objection.
Or if it's like, yeah, for like hearsay, these objections, it's just the same objection over and over again.
I will just do the 5 seconds at a time so y'all can see the closed caption. If you're watching on replay crew and want to slow it down and actually read, I get it. However, we are on petty replay. We're on petty playback and we ain't got time for that shit.
When did you have a chance to review that exhibit?
I believe that was reviewed last week, I believe.
I feel
With
real
video
bad
software.
for the people that streaming
And
it.
does that video, is it a single video that you watched?
I can't do it. 3D world. Like I got a toddler who requires my attention. I've got chores to do. I've got appliance deliveries today and tomorrow. 2 today, 2 tomorrow. So like we ain't got time to sit and watch at regular speed. This is at 1.5. Could you imagine listening to this shit at real time?
Yeah, I know. I meant like for the people that streaming live. I'm like, I don't know how they doing it. They can't skip over her nonsense.
And this is why we do petty playback. So I can skip over her bullshit, but I can also comment on her bullshit without adding extra time.
I believe it's 4 separate short videos.
Okay. And as far as, and I understand that, but as far as 12.2 is concerned, what does that exhibit consist of?
It shows the vehicle believed to be driven by Mr. Robinson arriving in front of the residence, an individual exiting the vehicle and moving away from it, followed by an individual returning to the vehicle and unlocking it, and then it shows the vehicle a short time later starting and leaving the area.
And those are the videos that you showed Ms. Noble?
Yes.
Okay. What I have displayed on your monitor was Binmark's Plaintiffs or State's Exhibit 12.2 for identification. Let me know as soon as you see.
Yeah, this is the view looking what would essentially be west across the street from the Noble's residence.
Okay. At 12:38 a.m., I guess, or 0:38?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Roy.
And,
how are you feeling this morning?
What is depicted in this? I think you've already described that. So, Judge, I would move to admit Exhibit 12.2.
Here we go.
Ms. Nestor.
And the
He
evidence
already
without
knows.
sponsored
He's like
witness
Miss
as one
Nestor.
of those, so we
Miss
can have that
Nestor.
clarification, all of them or none of them, and for the
Before I seek to admit it, for Exhibit 12.2, have you watched it in its entirety?
Yes.
Does it consist of either some or all of those videos that you showed Ms. Noble?
It does, yes.
Okay. And is it a single video? Is it a compilation, that is to say, or is it 4 different videos?
It would
Or
be-
a number of different videos?
Be a number of short videos sequenced.
Okay. A number of short videos in sequence?
I believe that's how this one plays, yes.
Okay. Judge, again, I seek to admit it.
Anything further from the parties? All right. Given State's exhibit room and by
Again, what is it that leads you to believe that this is Mr. Robinson's vehicle?
The shape of the vehicle can be clearly seen as it pulls up, and the distinctive wheels on the vehicle also.
And
And that right there is why you should never, ever, ever, if you're going to be a douchebag at any time in your life, have specialized rims on your vehicle. Because it makes you 1 in a million. I'm just saying.
Kind of like
Specialized paint jobs, specialized sound systems, anything that makes your vehicle stand out among the crowd. Do not be a douchebag.
Kind of like Mia Bay with that bright yellow lemonade colored car.
No, that was not lemonade. That was mustard puke. That was baby shit yellow. And if any of you are parents, you know what baby shit yellow looks like. But I don't suggest being a douchebag because you always want to treat people with respect until you can't. However, if you're going to be a douchebag, FYI, in Minecraft, do not have a vehicle that stands out for any reason. Don't make it one of a kind anything.
Like a Bronco. I don't know how popular Broncos were. So
They were pretty popular.
Okay.
it's crickets chirping and
Okay, I just wanted to see if there was, I just wanted to see if there was sound or not. Okay. All right, you may play the video.
Okay, we get to see this one.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty distinctive.
Yeah. Kind of sound like cricket.
It does. Well, yeah, those are crickets. Yeah, a cross between chicken shit yellow and turkey turd green. Why did he stop right there?
So in the first part of that video, what do you see?
The vehicle we believe to be driven by
It's
Mr.
almost
Robinson
like he
pulling up
wanted
and
to get
parking
caught.
across the street, but in front of the residence.
Okay. And then in the next video,
I have a feeling that he wanted notoriety. I
Yeah.
just get this feeling that he wanted to be
I
like,
did read something like allegedly said to his roommate that like I had an opportunity and I took it, so that would go to that thought.
yeah. Also, there was like a militia. I don't exactly remember what they were called, but they were like the trans militia of Salt Lake or something like that. Armed trans of Salt Lake or something like that. It just seemed it. I don't know. It just seems hinky to me.
what do you believe is displayed in that video?
There's an individual who gets out of the vehicle. You can hear the door close, and then that individual moves away from the front of the vehicle. There's actually 2 reflective panels on a dumpster, and you can see the individual past those reflective panels.
And in the last of those series of videos?
The second to last one, the individual comes back across those reflective panels to the vehicle, unlocks the vehicle, and gets into it. And then in the last video, the vehicle is started and the individual drives away.
Y'all, that was ring doorbell footage at 12:38 a.m.
Jeez.
Of course, it's going to be crickets. Like, y'all, come on. Maybe they're Mormon crickets.
This was in September, yeah, so it was still hot-ish.
Just one moment, Judge.
What?
Yes.
What
might
is
finish.
that?
See her? Did you hear her? What is that?
That.
Say it again. What is that?
What is that?
That's her favorite phrase, and now I'm pretty sure I know why.
Mommy. Mommy too.
Wait till she say, what are those? Do kids still say that? I don't know.
Okay, armed queers of Salt Lake City. Yes, that's it.
You may.
That is not me making something up. That is an actual group that had a Discord server that was associated with this person and their roommate.
Oh, so okay, that's where the Discord stuff come in.
Yes, this was this is an actual group. This is not me being facetious. This is not me being anything. This is an actual group and the name of their actual group.
I mean, with all the groups they got with names, that does surprise me. Oh, they went to a sidebar.
Yep.
Looks
They
like we
really
almost
went to a
through.
sidebar.
I too. Oh,
Looks like we almost through. Wow.
what's that?
Yeah, we're almost done with the first day.
Day 2 started like 30 minutes.
Juice?
Yeah, and I'm not going to start till about 1 o'clock
Okay,
because
cool. They give me time to eat.
I got to
some-
clean out the fridge. Well, when I mean clean out the fridge, like I got to empty the fridge. It's not like there's a mess in there. I just have to empty out the fridge so that people can take it away.
A couple of questions for Sergeant Hole. To finish out the day, I think we're in agreement that once we've sorted out these few questions, we're all in agreement that we want to break for the day. Is that right, Ms. Nestor?
All right, so cross-examination is going to be today.
Well, yeah, sure.
You may proceed with your questions.
Okay.
We'll take it from there.
All right. Agent Hole, I asked you earlier, after you had testified about all the video that you've watched, and video that you believe depicts Mr. Robinson from the UVU surveillance, and that combined with the driver's license and the DMV records, whether or not you believe that that person that you have seen in the video and on the driver's license record is in the courtroom today. And I believe your answer was yes.
Yes, that's correct.
And then I asked you if you wouldn't mind pointing him out and describing something that he's wearing. And I don't believe that I allowed you to do that.
Okay.
Would you do that right now?
Your Honor, just for the record, we would impose an objection based on the 14th Amendment for due process due to an unduly suggestive in court ID. Also, we believe there's a video, and based on that, we would object.
All right. I note that, well, to the state, do you wish to be heard on what was just stated?
Well, Judge, I think we had this discussion, and I think you ruled on that specific objection. And then after you ruled, I just neglected to come back and follow through with the question and the answer. That's my recollection of the bench meeting.
I believe I stated for the purposes of this hearing that identification by Agent Hull of Mr. Robinson was made. I could be wrong, but
Well, and I just wanted to clarify that, Judge, because there was some question about whether that in fact did happen. And so if that's your recollection of what happened, and if you're willing to put on the record that Agent Hull has identified the defendant, I think we're done.
does the defense want to be heard?
She don't know what to say
Of course.
because it don't make any sense.
Your Honor.
Well, if for the benefit of the record and for thoroughness, if you wish to re-ask that question, you certainly, well, we can see what happens.
If I could, Judge, I'd like to. Would you please point him out and identify something that he is wearing?
Yeah, I believe that Mr. Robinson is between Ms. Nestor and other counsel wearing a grey suit jacket with a dark tie and a light coloured shirt.
Judge, I would ask that the record reflect that Agent Hull has identified the defendant.
I made my objection already.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
No, thank you,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
For the purposes of this hearing, I find that Agent Hull has identified Mr. Robinson. Again, this is only for the preliminary hearing. You may proceed.
Judge, I think for today, with Agent Hull, we're done for today. We'd ask that at this point we take a break until tomorrow.
All right, so are you saying that you're going to recall Agent, well, we're going to resume with Mr. Hall tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, and let me explain and I was going to explain this, but let me explain why. Judge, our intent is to prepare an original version of the video that has been in dispute today, without the circles, without the blur, and without the zooming in. And our intent is to introduce that tomorrow as a different exhibit. And we just can't prepare that in the next hour or so. So we're going to need this evening to prepare that exhibit. And we'd like to return with that. Judge, what I would also suggest, well, let me get your take on that, Judge.
All right, does the defense wish to be heard about ending for the day? We have about 19 minutes until 5 o'clock. What is the defense?
Your Honor, we're happy to accommodate the state on that.
All right. So for today, Agent Hall, you may step down, and we'll resume with your
They're
testimony tomorrow
actually
morning.
willing to accommodate the
Anything
state
further,
on
Mr. Sturgill?
something.
Well, just one other thing, it's a suggestion.
Agent Hull, can you wait just 1 second? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sure Ms. Nestor may have a position with regards to this, but Judge, we would invite you to review the exhibit that we've been talking about today. It is 12.1. We suggest that you look at it between today and tomorrow, because our intent is to seek to admit the version where it doesn't have the circle or the blur or the zoom in, and if that is admitted, we do intend to introduce that exhibit 12.1 as well. And I think it would be helpful if you saw that in advance, and you can compare that to the version that doesn't have the circle, the blur, and the zooming in. I would ask that you do that. I don't know if Ms. Nestor has a different opinion about that, but I think it would be helpful in determining whether or not that particular exhibit, 12.1, is admissible.
Ms. Nestor.
I don't have anything to add to that. I defer to what the court prefers to do on that. I do have another matter before Agent Hull's release that I do want to address with the court, but I don't have any concern if the court wants to look at it in advance. It's kind of a little bit of a long video. I think it's just about 5 minutes, maybe. It's not very long. So if you want to wait until tomorrow, it's not going to slow the matter down very much, but it's up to the court on that.
All right, I appreciate the parties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it's properly before me and a motion has been made for either of the videos, and then I'm happy to entertain the motion to review both of them, or however the parties. I don't want to issue a pre-ruling, so I'll wait till it's properly before me, and I can take it from there. Being that it's about 5 minutes, I'm not too concerned about how much time is needed. I also want to be thorough, so I'll wait till it's brought before me and we can address it from there. And turning to Ms. Nestor as it relates to your request.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I recognize that Agent Hull is the case agent and is working with the state in preparing for this, but he is still on the stand, and I would ask that he be instructed that he can't discuss his testimony, even though he's the case agent. I don't think it's proper for him to discuss his testimony while he's excused for the night.
Mr. Sturgill. All right, so Agent, from this moment on until we come back in court, you're instructed not to discuss your testimony with anyone, as you are still on the stand for all intents and purposes. And we'll, if the state recalls you this tomorrow morning, then we'll proceed. Okay,
Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be excused
For now, Your
for today. All right, thank you, Agent Hall. Anything further from the parties, or do either party need the benefit of the record before we adjourn?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the state, Judge.
All right, no.
All right.
Thank God. Oh my God. Kathy Nestor. Kathy. Karen Nestor, we need your tears of Karen. Oh my goodness. How is Nestor doing today? This is part 2. This was the remainder of yesterday's.
This was yesterday evening.
This was the remainder of yesterday because real life happens. Just like some of y'all are in and out of chat and in and out of the stream because y'all have 3D life. Well, so do we. I do have us set up to redirect at 1 o'clock to my other stream, which is starting at 1 o'clock. English is hard for me. This is why I can't speak Spanish, because English is hard enough.
That's what I tell people. They're like, can you speak another language? I barely speak English, and English is supposed to be my first language.
But I did set up the stream. I actually did, and I have it set up to redirect over there. I did set up a Rumble stream. Hopefully I did it right with no help this time. And I will be adding a thumbnail to the stream on Rumble later once I figure out how to do that. It is not as easy as it is on YouTube because Rumble can't make anything just super user friendly. Like the YouTube, with all its faults, is pretty user friendly as far as uploading a thumbnail and changing your thumbnail and stuff like that. Also, today I will be working with a graphic designer to vector my new squid logo, which I feel is the best logo I've come up with on anything that I've ever designed in my entire life, going all the way back to high school. I'm so happy with this logo. I just need it vectorized, and then I will be updating like merch and stuff like that. And all members of the channel will be getting like a 5% discount to the merch store. I just have to like update all of that because like I'm slowly getting the hang of this. And thank you for everybody helping me with ETM. I did get the finalized logos and everything, and with the exception of my dad, everybody else loves them. My dad doesn't quite understand them, and that's okay. But everybody else seems to love them a lot. It's a thing. However, my new squid logo, this is going to be it. So here's one of ETM's logos. This is going to be Squid's. Let's see if I can actually find it on my channel. Squid. Boop. This is not the exact logo, but this is one of the workups.
Oh, cool.
So there's one of my workups for.
I really like that. Like I said, it looks professional.
I really, there we go, put you on top. So I'm really proud of that. That's one of the and yes, I can. I will do that today. So this is just one of the upgrades from no, Twitter and Discord are honestly the easiest ways to get a hold of me. More formal is my email, but it's harder for me to get to on an easier basis. Like Twitter, DMs go to my phone easier, and so does Discord. So it's a lot easier for me. Convenience is a huge thing for me. So Discord and Twitter are my jams. But there's one of the new squid logos. So hopefully, we just couldn't do it last night because we couldn't do it last night because it was late and I had to work and he was tired and he was tired. So you know, yeah. Oh, you know, stamina up, arguments, and black ops. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I just really like those colors. As you can see by the background that I made. These, I kind of wanted to keep these darker, bold colors. So that's kind of where I went with that. But I will see you guys at 1 o'clock. We have to go clean out the fridge.
Bye-bye.
And y'all have a...
And I get to eat lunch.
I've been snacking on dry Chex cereal over here.
Oh,
So,
cool.
you know, it's a thing. And I just have to see if I have my... This is where we go. I just gotta... See, I thought I had another... I thought I had another video. And I don't know where it is. This is where my... I thought I had my outro in one of these assets, and I don't have it. And I think that really sucks because I really want to put my outro video in one of these. But anyway, y'all have a great day, and I will see you in about an hour.
Mama.